I saw an interview with Chris Hemsworth and he said this film is like a Thor film that was made by 7-year-olds. And I 100% agree. Welcome to Agents of Screen. I am your boy Miles, aka the Bald Beyonce, and this is my spoiler-free review for Thor Love and Thunder. And just so you know, no Mileses were hurt in the making of this video. But if you're new here, how I do things is I tell you what I liked, what I didn't like, my score out of 10, and if you should see this film in cinemas right this second. But if you're a returning viewer, I love you 3000. And if you enjoy the content, please consider like, sharing and subscribing. Let's get into the things that I did like straight away. Christian Bale, even though I couldn't unsee Death from Bill and Ted, and that kind of took me out of it sometimes. When he was on screen though, he left it all out there on the court. And I really enjoyed Gore's backstory. Tragic, heartfelt, and every time Gore would enter into a scene, it genuinely wouldn't have looked out of place in a horror movie. And speaking of Gore, when they dabble in the shadow realm, for me it was the best set piece of the film. Russell Crowe, not in the film for long, scene stealer, genuinely hilarious. He kind of was a perfect reminder of standard of acting. He put on a display in more ways than one. I wish he had more time, to be fair, but Chris Hemsworth, as always, I genuinely don't know what they would do without him, and he has shown a true penchant for comedic timing. And so far I have just been like praising characters. Another character in this film are Mjolnir and Stormbreaker. I won't spoil in what way, but the way that they used them, I thought that was quite clever and it worked. However, you know what this film felt like? You know those Simpson parody episodes, like it's a special. It could be Halloween, it could be Star Wars. This seemed like a Simpsons Thor special. That's what it felt like. You know what else this film felt like? You know, in the Thor films, there's this running gag of Asgardian pantomime play, usually done by Matt Damon, etc. This felt like that for an entire movie. The acting and the line delivery at times was really peculiar, and I know it was said that they allowed the actors and actresses to improvise their lines. It definitely shows. And tonally, it was a bit here, there and everywhere. It just didn't find that balance. It went from slapsticks to serious, and because it lent too much on the humor side, for me, it made it a little bit more difficult to engage when it became super serious again. So I felt, as good as, for example, Christian Bale was, I felt, because it was so slapsticky, it felt like he was almost part of a different film, and it kind of took away from his performance. And not only that, it just made the film feel like there was no real threat. I didn't feel like there was any genuine danger at any point. And I mentioned the humor. If you lean that far into it, it's not a problem, but the humor has to hit. It has to work. While it did work at times, it was more miss than hit for me. The CGI, I'm not quite sure what's going on at Marvel. Are they not paying them enough? Are they working them too hard? Are they spreading their workforce a bit too thin? But don't get me wrong, there are some spectacular scenes in it, like the cinematography, the colors and everything, but it goes from spectacular to awful. There is no real in between. But this film is only, I say only, but this film is only 2 hours long. It's on the shorter side of Marvel films, and given how short it was strange what they decided to give those minutes to, that they would give more minutes to the jokes and things that don't necessarily add to the story, but then take minutes away from like the Christian Bales and the emotional aspects and the Russell Crowes and the Tessa Thompsons. It was weird. Just give it to them. Give it to the more important parts of the film. Give more minutes to things that would add to the story, instead of giving it to Korg, for example. I like Korg, but come on, bro. I give Thor Love and Thunder a 6 out of 10. Actually, you know what? It's not a 6 out of 10. It is a 5.5 out of 10. And I'm tempted. I am so tempted to score it even lower than that. I came out of that film baffled at what I've just seen. I don't believe this film justifies its own existence. Even the end credits were just like, who cares, bro? Like, what? And given the all-star cast and the potential, that is a crying shame. I saw an interview with Chris Hemsworth and he said that this film, and I'm sure he meant it well, but he said that this film is like a Thor film that was made by 7-year-olds. And I 100% agree. So unfortunately, it seems that the MCU Phase 4 continues to look extremely spooky under the light. However, am I missing something? What did you guys think of Thor? Are you gonna see it? Have you seen it already? Let me know your opinions in the comments below. But as always, I have been your boy Miles. This has been Agents of S.C.R.E.E.N, and until the next video, which will be coming actually extremely soon, peace.